Welcome to My Thoughts On, where I talk about things I have thoughts on. My name's Amanda Armani and today we are going to be talking about, quite possibly my most controversial opinion. And I feel like I always say it is my most controversial opinion, but when I tell you I think that this is my most controversial opinion, I think it just might be. So let's talk about TarasWrld. Or TarasWrld. Let's get started.
Because my life is a fucking disaster. I am not gonna feed into it by being like, I apologize for anybody that I may have offended. Like, give me a fucking break. Why is he screaming, you know? He was screaming because he was sexually frustrated because I wasn't like continuing to touch and do good stuff. Seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Free me from these Tara chains. They're terrible. Get these chains off me.
Mom, I can't swing that right now. Mama has a mortgage. I need it. This is do or die for me. I want to wear this shirt so bad, but it's sold out everywhere. DM me on Instagram if you live in LA and you like have this specific halter top. For some context, I used to do meth and like purposely get hit by cars. And now, like, it's 5 p.m. and I'm, like, on the couch drinking a gut health soda. I don't know, does anyone else relate? Oh, like, I finna be in the pit. Like, I bought these pit tickets. I need these pit tickets. She's like, well, we can't give them to you.
So what are we here to talk about today? I'm gonna give you just, like, a brief who is Tara, how she finna be rage baiting everybody. Here it is. Here's my controversial opinion that I like kind of walk back, but then walk forward, but then walk back. I literally need somebody to sit in front of me and then tell me I'm wrong, but then also have me fight and tell me why I'm right. I think she could have been the next Emma Chamberlain. I know. What did I just say? I know. I'm here, I'm living in this brain, and I also don't understand. It's like, yes, that's true, but then it's also not. And that's what I'm going to be talking about also at the end, is she could have been a relatable, actual YouTuber, influencer, but not only did she choose to go down the path of rage baiting, it's just kind of like not who she is at her core.
I got a UTI from having a lip flip. I'm not kidding. I got my lip flip done the other day.
However, did I think she was going to be somewhat wholesome on her YouTube? No. So when I had spent the past week, if you're wondering where I've been, it's been...
I'm finna be in the pit.
But I don't want to dig too deep into that now. And before we get started, am I endorsing you to go watch her on YouTube, even though it's going to sound like she's the best vlogger you've ever seen in your entire life? No. The original concept of this video was supposed to be Tara finna be rage baiting, but when I started studying her, the idea changed. The moment I turn this camera off, I will never think of her again, unless she gets in another scandal, girl. I might be there if you get in another one, which we know you will. Tara Lynn is a 26-year-old TikTok, YouTube, OnlyFans model, amassing around 5 million followers on TikTok and about 170,000 followers on YouTube. I have absolutely no idea how many followers she has on OnlyFans. However, I will tell you this.
May 2021.
Did you do like a hard launch?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Until like October, this past October, I would make like 100 to 150K a month. And then I made it a TikTok and it did so fucking well, like in October, this past October. So now it's like 350 a month. It's insane.
Are you serious?
When she threw controversies at the camera, that's when people started to look at her OnlyFans. But who is she now? Sorry. I have so much in here. So much soup in here that I'm trying to spill. So much useless soup. I'm finna be filled with soup. Tara began TikTok in 2019, and most of her content revolved around doing trendy dances. And of those trendy dances, 75% of them, I did not do the math, I just eyeballed it, were like serious dances. Like she was seriously kind of trying to do them. But 25% of it, she was joking that she was trying to do the dance. So it was kind of a mix of like, I'm trying to do the dance, but if it doesn't look good, then it's just a joke. She even began singing, and I don't see much singing content now, but Tara, like, your voice actually smacks. Like, could have been the next Madison Beer. No, but
all I want is love that'll last. Is all I want, too much to ask. Is there something wrong with me? All I want is a good guy.
She was surprisingly good. Her first rage bait that I saw when I was flying through her TikToks was in February 2020 when she joked about leaving for 3 days and not feeding her cats. In the caption, it said, "I'm just joking, I'm kidding." But I found it interesting that only having that TikTok, she was already starting to cultivate her audience, her image of, I'm a silly jokester, I'm somewhat serious, but I'm also a rage baiter. I saw heavy influences of Tana Mojo.
And I knocked the gas pump over and ran it over with my car. I was scared that I was gonna get in big trouble, so I just drove away and left. But before I left, I got out and took videos of the car because I thought it was like funny at the time. And then the cameras saw me do that, fucked me over, but you know. They ended up finding me a couple days later, and I got hit with a hit and run charge for $20,000. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Oh, here's proof, too. See a comment that says Tana follows you. So I go on Tana's account, and it says follow back. Tana fucking Mojo. And then I went and scrolled through my comments some more, and she fucking commented on one of my TikToks 2 days prior and said, "We are 100% the same bitch." Like, what the fuck do I do with this information?
Eventually Emma Chamberlain, but not yet. Emma in her spirit, her silliness, her goofiness, her realness, this type of vloggingness, not really. Emma back in like 2019, not really now. Now Emma's more avant-garde. Tara posts her first viral video, like viral. I would say there are 3 videos that really shape who Tara is.
So yesterday I was like, do I kidnap a child or do I get a fucking parrot? So I got a parrot.
And what her channel's about.
People on this cruise ship have lost their minds. I just came into my room. Can't make this shit up anymore. Ew! Woo! Huh? Like, I'm really just not joking.
Her first one, "Hi, I like to troll." Her second one, "Hi, I'm a sex worker." And this third one that happened in 2020.
So I compiled a list of why I can't drive. I got a DUI when I was 18. Gas pump, knocked it over, ran it over, then left, got a hit and run. I've hit a deer, I've hit a bird. I played bumper cars off of a fucking curb once and ruined my car. I've hit a plaza sign. I have T-boned somebody and their car door came off. I rear-ended someone in DC. I rear-ended somebody else in Providence and it broke my stepdad's wrist who was in the passenger seat.
You get the point. Though some of it may be heavily based in sarcasm, I don't think it is. A lot of it sounded somewhat very serious. This 17 million viewed videos set up the skeleton of her channel. I will be messy. People love it when I'm messy. And from this point on, she told drunk stories. She talked about hookup culture.
I was like 19. I had a crush on this man. I ended up having sex with him, of course, at his house, and I slept over. And the next morning, I'm trying to figure out how to get home because I didn't bring my car. He calls his dad. He calls his dad to come pick me up and bring me home. I was like, aren't you a 28-year-old man?
Being drunk.
I haven't woken up this drunk in probably 2 years. But the gag is, it's fucking noon. And I'm at work. I'm working a double.
Crazy things she did when she was drunk. Making out with certain people when she's drunk. Rage baiting.
These are vegan eggs.
There's no way that's vegan.
Talking about doing drugs, doing coke, doing meth, doing whatever it was. I'm gonna party, I'm gonna be a drunk. Like, stuff. That is Tara. See, she has said that she lies about, or has lied about some of her stories and stuff that she's doing because it brings attention to her and she makes money, especially nowadays. Back in the day, she was telling stories about when she was a lot crazier. Like in 2019, she was talking about like in 2016 when she was really crazy, but she ran out of stories. So now she makes them up, but she doesn't really make up stories. She makes up things that are happening to her.
Struggling with my bills. So for like a little bit there, I was like drinking really heavily and being really crazy on TikTok, like trying to make this really chaotic, messy content to direct traffic to my OF page so that I could pay my bills. But like right after I posted that YouTube video, I like stopped doing that. I started posting my wholesome content again and like tried to see what would happen. And I got a text from my manager yesterday in a group chat with my parents. Tara did an amazing job with the TikToks from the 1st to the 10th. That's when I was like smashing bottles at the Beverly Hills Hotel, lying about hooking up with somebody coming to the hotel, getting cheating allegations because of said video, like messy. Tara did an amazing job with the TikToks from the 1st to the 10th. She brought in a lot of eyes on her pages. It carried for about a week, but the traffic has subsided back to where it was. Tara, since you're doing 30 hard, we're seeing a decline of 77%. I'm like, I just want to post my wholesome content. Not even like wholesome content. Like that's not even what I'm talking about. I just don't want to have to like, I don't want every video that I post on TikTok to be me like, guys, you won't even fucking believe what just happened to me. Like I just fucked this girl. Like I don't want to do that. It's so fucking cringe. Like I'm so over it.
Controversies.
The world is full of pussies these days who get offended by everything, and I am not gonna feed into it by being like, I apologize for anybody that I may have offended. Like, give me a fucking break.
Friends love me, my family loves me, and they know who I am. Like, why do I care? Like what all of these like losers are saying about me that don't know me, like it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of like my personal life. So that really helps me a lot. But I feel like I got canceled like so many times in such a short period that I somewhat don't fear it as much anymore because I feel like I got it over with, like all of the craziness.
Tara has been in a handful, literally probably a handful of controversies, a lot of which you'd probably be like, oh, I didn't know that was her, and then that one was also her. At least that's how I felt. The one I first heard of Tara, let's talk about me. I can't help it. If we're talking about somebody else, I have to ADHD who? Me if I was an owl. ADHD who? That's a TikTok trend right now. By the time I get this video out, it's no longer going to be a TikTok trend. The baby's up and she's staring at me with the biggest eyes. Like this. Is the Be Real scandal where she went on TikTok and she said,
Anybody have a job? Does anyone work? I swear to God, this Be Real shit, like I like get shit on myself all the time, even though I'm the most productive person ever. Like I'm always doing something. I'm never in bed in the middle of the day. And then I got Be Real, and this Be Real could go off at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3, it doesn't matter. Everyone's in bed. There's an alarming amount of people every time that Be Real goes off that are just in bed with the shades drawn. And it makes me feel so good about myself. I'm like, why are you in bed? Seems like nobody wants to work these days. Get your fucking ass up and work. No, like for real though, like this shit's crazy. Like get out of bed.
Everybody began throwing fists. And I think a big crutch of this is because people don't know what Be Real is. Because people are like, I work 3 jobs. How dare you say that I'm lazy? How dare you say this? And I'm like, she's not talking to you. She's making fun of other influencers.
I only have like 20 friends on Be Real, and they're all like influencers and content creators. So I was talking about them. I know there's like an explore page on Be Real, but like why the hell would I want to look at like random people's Be Reals? Like I don't even look at that. So I wasn't talking about like the general public. I was talking about other content creators because like they all do lay in bed like all fucking day. I wasn't shitting on them. I was sort of just making a joke because I thought it was hilarious. I was being a little pick me in the video though because I was like, I'm so productive. Like I'm just like always out and like running errands and everyone's in bed. Like Tara, shut up.
It might be because she posted it on TikTok, so people maybe felt like it was a drag on them that she was saying nobody wants to work, and then they're like at their job watching this and they're like, I'm literally at my job. Be Real is not at that time. I don't know if it is now because Be Real is so forever ago. Be Real is not like an open social platform. Be Real is for like the 11 people in your circle. So like she's talking to Tana Mojo, Lila Gibney. Yeah, they're probably in bed at 11. You're gonna say their job's harder than yours? Everybody thought that she was like attacking like ER nurses or something. That is like the smallest of scandals, of course, because it only goes up from here. I feel like once she got a little taste and she noticed people like came to her channel when controversies arose, she upped the controversy and she upped the controversies from there. The next one, I finna be in the pit. I also never really understood the controversy with this one, but she does sound like an entitled influencer, and that might be why people didn't like her. This girl, who turned out to be TarasWrld, posted a TikTok that said, I just spent $10,000 on 2 pit tickets to see Harry Styles. Now, was this the first time I ever went to a Harry Styles concert? No. Have I gone to every Harry Ween concert this year? Yes. So was this like her 11th concert? Yeah. It probably was.
Email. I'm like looking, it says the tickets were confirmed, but like the tickets aren't there. So I call StubHub and they're just like, yeah, like, first of all, this lady on the phone sounded like she was at a bar and she would like hardly speak to me. Like she wasn't even talking. Like she didn't give a fuck.
Was she very rude? Said, hey, we don't have any more pit tickets. However, we have balcony seat tickets. Why don't you buy these instead? And Tara's like, I bought pit tickets. Give me my pit tickets. I'm going with friends. It's not just gonna be me sitting up in the balcony and all my friends are in the pit.
Almost $2,000 for these pit seats. I need these pit seats. She was like, yeah, we can replace them with like balcony ticket. I was like, no, like I finna be in the pit. Like I bought these pit tickets. I need these pit tickets. She's like, well, we can't give them to you. Like the seller, we can't get in touch with him, blah, blah, blah.
Now Tara said that she's like never said finna before in her life. So of course, that was the one time she said it was in this story time and it went viral. But regardless, the worker said the only tickets we have are these $4,000 pit tickets. And Tara said, well, I finna be in the pit. So she bought them. And she spent $10,000, probably including tax, for these Harry Styles pit tickets that she's already been to a Harry Styles concert 1,000 times. So, and all I'm gonna say is it's her money. And if she wants to blow it all away on big houses, on $10,000 pit tickets, then I guess that's what you can do. But that's not like the best financial advice. But I think it really blew up because what do you mean you spent $10,000 on pit tickets? Like, I think that's why everybody was like, because $10,000 on tickets is crazy. Would I do that? Absolutely not. In zero world would I spend $10,000 on any form of a ticket. No. There is this Antarctica cruise. It's $9,000 for one person. I would do that. Maybe. I don't know. Now as I'm like saying it out loud, I wouldn't do that. I don't think I've ever, you know what I'd spend $10,000 on? A new car. I'm here in Japan. My AC just broke. Right now it's a gloomy day. That's why it's kind of gray and rainy, gloomy day. But like most days are hot, AC, I'm sweating. I stand up. There's a sweat seat. Like there is another me sitting in the seat underneath me. Yeah, I'd spend $10,000 on a new car because you can buy cars here for like $2K, $3K. And I think probably because she came off as she was complaining. The story time, she's complaining. And what else are you going to do when somebody says they spent $10,000 on a ticket? You're going to be like, you didn't have to do that. Why did you do that? So I'm not on her side, though it sounds like I am. These are just like the easiest ones to like fight for her with because we're about to like nosedive right into her bird drama. So here we go into the bird drama. What did she do to this bird? She diddled it. Tara, I don't know if she still has this bird. I don't know what is happening to this bird. I don't know where this bird is currently. Wow, I just said the same thing 3 times in a different way. She would pet him. She would take care of him. But while she was petting him in suspicious places. Under the wings, somewhere on the back. I don't know a lot about birds. What I do know is if I was posting videos of me petting the armpit, petting the wings of a bird, and one person commented, hey, don't do that. When you pet the bird, it sexually arouses them. I would look into it. I might delete the comment, but I would look into it. And if I found out that was right, I would delete the video. And then I would be terrified to touch my bird ever again. I'm not gonna lie. Because I get it, like, you're just gonna wanna pet the bird wherever you want. But if somebody told me that I was accidentally inappropriate with a bird, would I stop immediately? Yes. And what did Tara do?
I'm gonna let you guys in on the dirty little creepy secrets of the bird, the parrot. I don't know if anyone knows this, but like, if you touch a bird on its back or under its wings, it like sexually arouses the bird. And for the first like, you know, the first like 4 months I had Marty, like I didn't know that. I got comments like, don't touch him on his back, you're turning him on. I was like, fuck off. So I'd touch his back, I'd rub under your wings, okay. And then he started screaming all day long, like all day. He would scream all day long. I was like, why is he screaming, you know? He was screaming because he was sexually frustrated because I wasn't like continuing to touch into the good stuff. So Marty is sexually attracted to me. And you know what? Sometimes I do still touch under the wings. And we're gonna have eggs one day. You want me to touch in the good spots? Yeah?
You could say that's a joke. Edgy, I wouldn't do that. Where's my tier rank? I wouldn't do that. And then she started petting the bird.
I'm such a sick bastard. And like I still do it sometimes. I'm a terrible person, but like it's like funny. It's funny because like now I know, you know? So now I know when I touch right there. Ding dong. Yeah, you're swing yum yum. Sometimes I get Marty's hopes up. I'm like, you know what? One day we're gonna have eggs.
One thing if you joke about it and you're like, I still do it every once in a while, and then you don't do it. It's another if you show us that you're doing it, because then you're like, wait, you're actually doing it though. It's different if it's just words, but now you're showing me with actions. What are you doing? Like, think if it was a dog. I actually can't think about if it was a dog because there's nothing more disgusting than a red rocket. I've never had a male dog, but I've seen them with my own eyes, and not male dogs, but it just grosses me out. I just can't. So, well, I can't even talk about this too much more because replacing a bird with a dog and then picturing that is like gross. I might throw up. She said about this bird stuff.
I regret making this video. It is the cringiest video I've ever seen of myself, and I can't even believe I posted it because it was a joke, but it didn't go like. Some things should just stay in the family group chat because me and my family thought this was the craziest thing ever. Obviously, I stopped touching him in those spots, but like we would make these crazy jokes like, oh, Marty probably wants to have your eggs now. Like, oh, like, like, oh, do you still touch under Marty's wings? Like, he used to just screech all day long, like screeching. It was never any cool noises. It was just like repetitive screaming. And I was like, I finally think I figured out why he's been doing this. I think he's sexually frustrated because I was touching him in those spots for so long and then I stopped. And I made this dumb joke in the video. I was like, yeah, and sometimes I still do it. And I like touched under his wing for the sake of the video because I thought it would be funny and it wasn't. It wasn't funny.
Well, I don't like that. I am not on her side. I could see how you were joking, but then you showed me and now it's no longer a joke because I just saw it with my own two eyes. After this came out, she came out with an apology. She's like, I'm so sorry, I touched my bird. And we're like, I'm so sorry, I'm racist. And then everyone's like, what? What do you mean? Where did that come out? Well, apparently, because of this bird stuff, people started digging into her old tweets. Someone's in blackface, and then Tara comments, if it was a black person doing this with whiteface, nobody would have an issue with it. Her response feels like something that you would see on like a Facebook comment section, purely meant to just rage bait. However, at the root of it, you are pushing the stereotype that like minstrel shows didn't do damage or weren't extremely offensive.
What's the matter with you boys shooting up that man's hen house?
I'll shoot any chicken trying to follow me home.
Well, why don't you get a job and go to work?
Y'all almost had me a job this morning.
Mock a certain race based off of hurtful stereotypes. So what's the difference between this and, let's say, white chicks? The point of white chicks is not that they are white, though it is in the title. The point is that they have to pretend to be rich Beverly Hills girls. That is the point of it. That's the difference between the two.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry, but we just saw your new video. Yeah, they had a screening over at Saks Fifth Avenue in the security office. a kleptomaniac.
Not too long after that, she talked about how one of her friends texted her. This friend's Lila Gibney. You know, he's on chairs, Lila Gibney.
You want to have like a naked pillow fight? Like just do like a pillow fight moment and like be hot.
Okay, side tangent. Pillow fights are not fun. And I would like to say they're fun, but they're not, because you got stuff hitting you. You got fabric coming towards your eyes. You want to be like fabric sliced in the eyes with a pillow? No. So do you know who would not be fun in a pillow fight? Me. I am too competitive to be in a pillow fight, because what do you mean you're hitting me? And you want me not to Hulk out in that moment? And I'm controlling my anger as you're hitting me, because what do you mean you're hitting me? Growing up, I was a little chunkster, and you want me, the bigger of us two, to come at you full speed with a pillow? Absolutely not. I'd annihilate you right there on spot. KO. So I've never liked pillow fights. So I vomit right here. Oh. Anyway, Lila Gibney texted Tara and asked if she wanted to do a sexy naked girl pillow fight. Tara said, "No, I don't, but I do want to eat your..."
Literally eating for the first time ever today, and I'm so excited. I have literally been dreaming about this since I was like in middle school.
But this wasn't really the issue. The issue came after, when she said,
Unfortunately have to get plastered in order to do this. So it's literally 11:30 in the morning right now, and I'm about to make a cocktail. Just because like I'm an extremely socially awkward person. I have like extreme social anxiety with even just like hanging out with someone, let alone doing this. So I definitely need a few, or like 9 drinks. Also, we're like filming this for so I'm excited to get some practice in before I'll like literally be doing this every week. I'm gonna be a menace with the bitches in LA after I get this little practice run in.
okay? And what people were accusing of her was queer baiting and using lesbian relationships as a profit for OnlyFans, and not actually being sincere about it, but then also continuing the stigma that a lesbian relationship is only for male satisfaction or gratification and is not to be taken seriously. And that was what her controversy was about.
When I have a boyfriend, no, we are not in an open relationship, but he was more than okay with it. He literally came over and like hung out with us when we were done. Also, like, I'm straight. Like, I've always wanted to like hook up with a girl, and like I kiss girls all the time, but I don't think I could ever like date a girl. I've only ever been like emotionally into like men.
So since you're straight now, you admit to sexualizing sapphics for profit. Is that what I'm hearing? I would say a good majority of adult lesbian films feature straight women. And they're certainly not made for lesbians either. They're actually made for straight men and their sexual desires.
I think it was like the 3rd or 4th time me and my now boyfriend were hanging out. He brought me to this like event, and I saw this girl there that I knew, and like we kissed. I kiss all of my girlfriends like all the time. It's just what we do. And he was so excited. Like his eyes lit up. He was like, "You can do that whenever you want." It was the funniest thing ever. Like he was so excited.
So not only are you exploiting sapphic relationships for money on OnlyFans, you're also doing it to please your creepy boyfriend. Got it. I'm so sick and tired of sapphic relationships being used as vessels for weird men to off to.
She kind of fell silent for a while, maybe because she was making like so much money on OnlyFans. I guess now I can bring that up. This girl, like I said, was making $350,000. I almost said million this time. $350,000 a month on OnlyFans. She said for a year, she was making 150, and then it brought up. So she should have a lot of bank in her tank. She continued to get into these weird, like, why are you doing that, influencer who's supposed to be making so much money? Of recent, begging people to sponsor her to go to Coachella because she didn't want to spend money on tickets.
I don't care if I sound like a whiny influencer right now, let me sound like a whiny influencer for 1 second. If you had a job where you could potentially get free tickets to things, free accommodations, you would want that too, okay? I want it back. Here's why I'm frustrated. Everyone I know has free tickets and or accommodations to Coachella this year. Lowest I've found is like $6,500. And Mama can't swing that right now. Mama has a mortgage. I don't want to be spending that on Coachella, but I want to go badly.
And that's just influencer culture. That's also celebrity culture. I've always found that interesting. Is celebrities wear all this designer gear, but they're literally just a walking promo. They're an advertisement board. So like if they're wearing Gucci, it's highly likely they didn't buy the Gucci. Gucci gave it to them. Like clothes that they no longer want. Like, wear this. Urban Decay took the bait and they brought her to Coachella. But then she said like
that we got offered a private jet to Coachella and a nice hotel, and this is what we chose. This was our decision. This is more fun. This is more fun. Yes, this is an experience and an experience weekend. We don't need a private jet and a hotel. Fist bump, seat up. Woo!
I have my own theory. I think they didn't want to put her up. I think they just got her a ticket. So she probably bought her own RV, like stay rental, and then just said that they... What's wrong? That they wanted to. Once she saw that her begging for Coachella tickets and for them to sponsor her worked, she said, let's try it on Stagecoach.
I have been putting in some serious hours this year trying to get brand sponsorships for festivals because festivals are fucking expensive. And if you had the tools to go to festivals for free, you would utilize them to the best of your ability as well. Don't get shit handed to me, okay? A lot of the influencers that go to festivals for free, brands are just in their email, like, we want to send you to Coachella. I don't get that. I have to reach out to the brands myself and beg, and I get rejected a lot, and that's okay. 2 brands said yes to me for Stagecoach. 2. One of them was offering me just tickets, and then the other brand was offering me tickets and accommodations. So obviously I said yes to the tickets and accommodations brand, and I love this brand. We replied immediately and said, yep, everything sounds good. They have not answered since last Tuesday, and I am just so beyond frustrated because Stagecoach is I'm leaving in 3 days. And obviously I said no to the other brand because this brand said yes. I stopped outreach, being booked up. They're so expensive. I don't know what to do because I'm going to Stagecoach. Me and my girl already have our outfits. I got her flight booked. Like, we're so excited. We're sobbing on the phone every day. Like, we're going to Stagecoach, so I just don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. Do I like reach out to other brands? Stagecoach is in 3 days. 3! And they just stopped answering, and I'm so confused because I've been working with this brand for like 4 years and they love me. I don't know what to do. I want to go to Stagecoach with them. I love them.
And I could see how that could be very frustrating. But when you have a history of begging online for stuff, and you have a history of like, I'm poor, I can't afford it, but you at one point had been making $350,000 a month. That's $4 million a year. Nobody's gonna care. So that everybody was like, why are you complaining? Just buy your tickets. It is like a penny in comparison to what you make. I don't get it. And then she started this new thing. So I told you she's somewhat wholesome on her YouTube. Not like the most wholesome queen, like some of us. And she realized again, like, well, gotta up my numbers. Crack. Let's bring out the bottles.
It was my dad. We got into a huge fight. I was chucking shit like this against the wall in the bathroom at the hotel. Like, I don't know. And now, like, there's all over the floor. Like, oh God. And sobbing in the front yard again. Oh God. I have to get inside. Ew, I'm so thirsty.
Hammered last night. I like lived my rock star fantasy. I broke everything in my hotel room while I was like in a fight. Like, what the fuck? I went on live stream at the Beverly Hills Hotel last night. God knows what I said. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. today to like hop in line for Ariana's tour. Oh God.
And she was pretending to have fights with her family, her dad in particular. She has a really good, some would say a creepy, I was seeing online, relationship with her father. I didn't really want to dig too deep into that, so I didn't watch too many videos about that. She's just making drama to make drama. And it did very well. People were saying she was crashing out. People were saying you need to check on her mental state because she's really bad right now. Don't worry, because it was fake.
Declined quite a bit, like my income on OnlyFans, because of the place in life that I'm at right now. I'm no longer like psycho and like going out drinking all the time, and like I'm at home with my fiance and like cooking, and I just feel like that sort of content doesn't direct to OnlyFans, so I don't make as much money. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was like trying to be crazy again, like just to direct traffic to my OnlyFans, because that's the only content that does that. So I was like just exploiting myself in ways, like I was going out and getting really drunk with like my friends and like filming things that I wouldn't normally film for TikTok just to do that. And it made me feel so icky because that's just not who I am anymore. So I stopped doing that.
A lot of things that Tara was now doing, faking stories, faking being drunk, faking this, faking that, was for money.
Just a feeling. Shut up. Yeah, shut up. You want to? Oh, do you want a kiss?
It's actually kind of sad because she mentioned in one of her videos that her manager messaged her and was like, hey, whatever you were doing in the beginning of the half of the month, like, keep doing that. We love it. We had so much growth in that portion, but now you've kind of teetered off.
Started posting my wholesome content again and like tried to see what would happen. And I got a text from my manager yesterday in a group chat with my parents. Tara did an amazing job with the TikToks from the 1st to the 10th. That's when I was like smashing bottles at the Beverly Hills Hotel, lying about hooking up with somebody coming to the hotel, getting cheating allegations because of said video, like messy. Tara did an amazing job with the TikToks from the 1st to the 10th. She brought in a lot of eyes on her pages. It carried for about a week, but the traffic has subsided back to where it was. Tara, since you're doing 30 hard, we're seeing a decline of 77%. I'm like, I just want to post my wholesome content. Not even like wholesome content. Like that's not even what I'm talking about. I just don't want to have to like, I don't want every video that I post on TikTok to be me like, guys, you won't even fucking believe what just happened to me. Like I just fucked this girl. Like I don't It's so fucking cringe. Like, I'm so over it. My manager's like, yeah, so we're dropping you. She said, let me know if you need any help. Bye. I was like, wait, what?
Leading into Housegate? I'm not sure. Tara got this house, and I believe it costs around $3 to $4 million. She's now selling it because she could not upkeep with the mortgage. Now, what do you think the mortgage is? Now, picture this. You're making $350,000. $350,000 a month. What would you do if you're looking for a place to live? Just think, how much would you be willing to spend? And you don't know if that money will continue to come in. You can just hope and pray and assume that it will. What would you do with it? Not try to buy a house that's $400,000 or $500,000 or save up for 2 months and buy a $600,000 house. No, why would I do that? Why would I do that? When I could spend $25,000 a month on my mortgage and have $17,000 of that to go to interest. And Tara's been paying for that for like a year and some change. What? Okay. The internet pretty much had the same take I did. What a waste of money. So Tara went online and is like kind of complaining about the fact that she can no longer pay her giant mortgage, and her parents are like, hey, why don't you just sell the house and move somewhere else? And Tara's like, well, I really like the area, and I really like that I'm like kind of in nature, kind of not in nature. And I love my Beverly Hills zip code. When she said that, she said, I love my Beverly Hills zip code. And I was like I'm going to know her zip code. She goes 902, and I go 10. 90210. Also, apparently owns, because I don't think she really ever talks about it. I don't know where I heard it. Just my week long of researching her. Has property in New York as well. She's living outside of her means. She can't afford to go to concerts. She can't afford to have her house. She's saying she's poor. So what does she do? I think this leads directly into halter top gate. I'll add gate to anything. Halter top gate. When on January 1st, 2026. I guess it was December 30th of 2025. She posted on her TikTok, "Hey, if anybody has this tank top, let me borrow it. I can't find it online."
Girls, I need your help. This is like a really specific request, but if anyone that lives in the LA area has this halter top from For Love and Lemons in a size small or extra small, can borrow it for New Year's Eve. I need it. This is do or die for me. I want to wear this shirt so bad, but it's sold out everywhere. I make my year. I guess like DM me on Instagram if you live in LA and you like have this specific halter top. Oh my God, thank you.
A couple people messaged her there, a couple people messaged her there and said, "I got that tank top. Give me a couple thousand." And she said, "I don't even want to pay for it." And someone sincerely responds and is like, "Hey, I have that tank top. Do you want to borrow it?" And Tara's like, "Yes, I was just on my way to the mall. Now I don't have to go. Sweet, thank you." Tara and her messaged for like a 12-hour period, and then Tara was like, "Hey, where are you?" And the girl would not respond, and this girl didn't respond for 3 whole hours. And after that 3 hours, Tara's like, "This is a hater."
I'm honestly like right on. If I hated someone that much, I wouldn't be able to like pretend like I loved them for as long as she did. She f***ed me over real bad. She was just like, "Yep, hasn't answered me in like 3 hours."
And the girl responds in the comments and is like, "Yo, I'm an ER nurse. Like, it was busy and I can't have my phone on me. Not everything revolves around you." And she's got a point, because that was the craziest thing I ever heard. She responds to the ER nurse and she goes, "If you knew that you were not going to be able to respond, you should have told me that, because I'm the most important person in the world." And the internet blew up. Everyone's like, "What the F do you mean that you are so entitled that this girl who's actually helping people out there in the world should owe you anything?"
Like, y'all, it's not that deep. And everyone's like, then why are you still making videos? If she had said to me, "Hey, I have the halter top that you want and I wish I could get it to you, but I actually have a shift tonight at the hospital," you know what I would say? I would say, "Oh my God, that's totally fine. Like, go slay at your job. Like, good luck tonight. Like, love you forever." Like, but that wasn't the case. And like, who cares? 4 o'clock rolls around and I had to leave by like 6. She just stops answering. Never once told me that she had a shift to work. Never mentioned work once. She just stopped answering until like midnight. So yeah, I was annoyed, and you would be annoyed too if your friend was like, "Yeah, like, don't even worry about going to the mall. I have a shirt that you can wear to this specific party."
It was just so weird. It was so weird. Like, it was too weird. It was too weird. I don't think she's real. That's probably why I'm kind of stuttering over my words, is because I want to get to the point. I don't think this ER nurse is real. I think that Tara made her up for clout, or somebody made her up and Tara's just milking it, because she knew last month that faking being drunk, fake fighting with her family, throwing bottles, fake sleeping with people, doing all of that leads into more money. And what can she not afford anymore? Her mortgage. What else is happening soon? Her wedding. She's getting married soon. She needs more money. And what makes money? Controversies. So why, after just a few days of her telling us that she was gonna cause some drama to make money, and she causes that drama, why do you not think she's gonna do it again? Because if people repay her actions with money, she's gonna do it again. So I don't think any of the ER stuff, nurse, is real whatsoever. And because I don't want it to be real. I'm in my own delusional state, because what do you mean if it's real? What do you mean if it's real? Like, her ER saving people's lives, jobs, and this influencer wants to borrow her ugly tank top. It can't be real, because no 2 people would want that ugly tank top. The halter top, ugly. So ugly. It ain't even cute. Like, it's not even worth it. Oh my God, my camera's dying. My camera's dying? Oh no, my camera's dying. How could Tara have been the next Emma Chamberlain? Tara's vlogs were nothing like what I thought they were going to be. I thought her vlogs were going to be just as messy as her TikToks, filled with being drunk, filled with shenanigans, filled with just controversy galore. But when I went to her actual channel, I found something completely different.
found these 2 authors that I really wanted to try out. And then I was at Barnes & Noble and I asked, because I asked guest services because I couldn't find the authors, and I found out that both authors I went to the store for are like self-published and they don't sell them there. So I ordered it, but I bought this book while I was there to read for the meantime, but I just got the one that I ordered in the mail and I want to read it so bad. But I obviously have to finish the one I'm reading first, but saving Noah. Asking me recently why I pour my hot coffee out of a tea kettle every day. They're like, do you make your hot coffee in a pot and then transfer it to the aesthetically pleasing tea kettle and then pour it into the mug? No, I'm not stupid. I'm not that annoying. I literally heat up cold brew every morning. This is what it looks like. Oh my God. Yeah, that's my kind of banana bread. That's my banana bread. Hey! Hey, I've never made banana bread in my life. This is my chocolate chip pumpkin banana bread with a crumble topping recipe that I found on TikTok.
Not that they were completely wholesome. They were annoying at times still.
And put it behind a paywall. Now everyone's calling me a scammer. Everyone's calling me a scammer. Everyone's saying that I'm a con artist, that I'm rage baiting. I'm like, you know what? The world is full of pussies these days who get offended by everything, and I am not gonna feed into it by being like, I apologize for anybody that I may have offended. Like, give me a fucking break. I'm a PR disaster, a PR nightmare. Someone commented on one of my TikToks the other day and she was like, yeah, I really think like a PR team would benefit you greatly. And I responded to her, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna like be myself. And people are screenshotting that reply from me saying, see, she is the worst person in the world. Whatever. Anyways, hi friends. People are trying to bully me into thinking that me calling my followers my friends is like parasocial and weird.
Like it was like day in the life, but very low key. And she was having not deep talks. It was just very younger Emma Chamberlain, 2019, where she's silly at times, where she's serious at times, where it's a fun person to be around. Fun so much that if I didn't like who she was, like if I liked who she was on TikTok, I would love her YouTube. But since I don't like who she is on TikTok, I can't excuse that for her YouTube. And I don't really like her YouTube. But I see the potential in her YouTube. And I see it could be good. Like, it could be good. She even mentions, and it makes me sad, is she mentioned that people in the comments say that they want me to react and review to books. And she's like, but nobody's going to want to see that. That's not going to make me money. That's not going to make me any views. And I'm like, no, Tara, do you expect this girl who is causing this many controversies on purpose to be the type of girl who all she does is sit at home, eat her banana bread, and read books? Like, but she is. It's actually quite interesting because there was a phenomenon for a long time where the YouTubers would party in the background but be very wholesome up front on YouTube. And Tara seems to have the opposite. She parties in the front, but on YouTube, in the background on YouTube, she's very wholesome because her YouTube is very small in comparison to her 5 million TikToks. So could she have been the next relatable, viral vlogger? Yes, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, believe that. But controversy makes money. And we're not even gonna get started on her OF. This video is a hot mess. But so is Tara. It's kind of fitting, actually. Literally, when I went to YouTube, very surprised. Why doesn't she just do this?
I think Harry uses these. I think he likes all of my videos. I'm kidding. Oh my God.
I'm not endorsing her either, though. Like, after this video was done, after I hit stop on this, after I put my SD card in here, I edit, I screen record her own videos. Thank you, Tara. And I upload it to YouTube. I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, I probably won't speak about her again until my 2026 drama tier ranking where I talk about the halter top again. Like, I probably won't ever talk about her again. Catch my next video being about TarasWrld again. I thought about ranking her, not ranking her scandals, but like categorizing her scandals into like problematic versus just for the attention, but not actually problematic, something like that. But no. So I find it so interesting. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, do. And everybody is so quick. Like, I think I am the only I'm not positive reaction to her, but the only not negative reaction to her. And you know what's so funny is it works. The halter top, picture it's fake. Picture if it's real. Oh my God. And another point I kind of want to bring up, Tara is only famous because people watch her. And it's kind of like, if her content bothers you so much because she is in fact an entitled influencer, then don't watch her. And I know that sounds like crazy to say. It sounds actually kind of like mean for me to be like, if you don't like her, don't watch her. But it's more so like she isn't adding anything to the space. Maybe some silliness on her YouTube, but for the most part, she's not really adding anything. Me literally adding nothing. Me adding zeros. Pew, 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 pew. So, like, if her saying and begging Coachella for tickets hits a nerve that YouTubers and influencers continue to get these free things when they can in fact afford them, if that is striking a nerve with people, then don't watch them. Because if nobody's watching them, then the influencer train, people aren't going to stop watching. I think Tara knows that too. Like, people say, like, boycott them if you don't like them. And I'm not even saying boycott. I mean, it's just, maybe it's because I don't care about her. Sorry, Tara. Oh my God, that was so mean. Like, I care about you on like a human level, but like, I'm not watching your content other than this video, and I plan on not watching your content any furthermore. Though you seem like if we worked in the same space together, I would want to sit down with you in the office and like gibber gabber, maybe go grab a coffee on our break. But like, other than that, I probably wouldn't hang out with you because our morals don't seem to line up at a deeper level. Where was I going with this? God, I hope this video does not, I sincerely hope this video does not come across poorly. And it's not that I'm like, if you don't like our content, then don't watch it. Like, that's not what I'm trying to come across at. I'm kind of trying to say the same thing at a deeper level because, okay, my rule of thumb on my personal Instagram, well, the only Instagram I have, my Instagram, I don't follow influencers. Okay, maybe one. I follow like Alicia Marie and like Remy Cruz, like, because I've watched their podcasts. I watched their vlogs forever. At one point I had followed Colleen Ballinger because, like I said, I might even still follow her. I need to unfollow if I still follow her. Follow Adam McIntyre because these are kind of people that I feel a little bit deeper with because I watch them almost every day. But I don't follow, I'll follow Nike. No, but I don't follow brands. I don't follow Tarte. I don't follow Kylie Jenner. I don't follow Kim Kardashian. I don't follow Selena Gomez. I don't follow Hailey Bieber because I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the level I'm trying to take this is if you don't want their life influencing the way that you think about yourself at a deeper level as who you are as a human, then don't succumb yourself to watching them. By people not watching them, then they're no longer who they were. If you take the influence out of the influencer, they're just an ER nurse. I think that's what I'm trying to get at a deeper level. TarasWrld, has she needed to zip her lip? Yes. Has she said things I wouldn't agree with, done things that I wouldn't agree with? Yes. At her core, could she be an actually good vlogger? Yes. I agree with, like, yes, she could. And not to the extent of, remember my JoJo video where I'm like, she could be a pop star, but she decided to be a troll. Okay, JoJo would have been up here, and then TarasWrld would have been up here. But what I'm saying is, she doesn't have to do, it would be a slow grind, but you already have the followers. You don't have to do this crazy stuff to get people to watch you sincerely. And if you get people to watch you sincerely, then they will continue, they will stay for the long haul, and they will stay for good. And However, if you do these quick shortcuts, that's what rage baiting is. I kind of like want to watch her. Like I kind of want to watch her YouTube. It got to a point that I wasn't, let's say this. Okay, I can categorize it. I can say what I'm thinking. It got to a point while I was watching her YouTube videos that I wasn't hating it. It got to a point that I was driving around town having a cup of coffee in my hand, a little iced coffee, iced black coffee, nothing inside it if you were wondering. Well, coffee inside it. Listening to her. And I was like, not having a bad time, because a lot of what she emulated was that old Emma Chamberlain, that silly goose energy, the very like excitable energy. But then every once in a while, she would drag in something that might be controversial, or mention something, or say something I don't agree with, or I'm like, I'm not going to subscribe to her. I'm not going to watch her any further than this. She's also like, I haven't mentioned it before, she's also really a big animal like activist. She has a lot of pets. I really don't want to talk about that, actually. I just like got bored talking. Right in the middle I was talking, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm done. I think I've said everything that I have wanted to say. I was gonna like defend her more, but I kind of hit the point where I feel like I'm done. I'm done talking about her. I'm ready to move on to the next subject. Free me from these Tara chains. They're terrible. Get these chains off me. I want to talk about something else now, but that's the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for all the love on all the other videos. I love going through and seeing what people have to say. A lot of you guys are like much funnier than I am, and I get a kick at reading out a lot of the comments to my husband. I hope it actually like made sense what I was talking about, and I wasn't coming out as like the biggest Tara fan that has ever lived, because that is not the angle I was trying to come at it. But I was trying to throw a little helpline in her direction, because I think there's a lot of attackers towards her, when a lot of things can just be solved by people just unsubscribing to her or blocking her so they don't have to hear about it. But I also understand that's how she gets her hype, is by making people so mad that they just have to respond. All right, goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.